Coming up on the Two Bros Music Podcast, Episode 3, 4th of July Spectacular. We delve into some new gear. We also tell some tales from the past 4th of Julys. And for our Turn It Up segment, we have an oldie but a goodie. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome to our third episode. We made it to 3, Adam. I can't believe it.
Wow, what's up, Joe? We're back.
I know. Seems like we were just doing it too.
Yeah, 2 weeks goes by fast.
Yeah. So today we got what do we got? Some stories, right? We're gonna tell some 4th of July stories for the
some 4th stories.
big 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, of 4th of July's from the past.
Yeah. And we got some new gear to talk about.
Yes.
And then we'll end it again with the Turn It Up segment. So you got a good one this week.
Yeah, I thought about it after we had our last podcast. I'm like, oh, I should have mentioned this band, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So that's good. So basically, real quick, let's get into it. I wanted to just go over because we were talking about recording the song Self Trepanation last week and kind of our process. And then one thing I totally blanked on was the lyrics. So I just kind of wanted to go over that real quick to kind of finish that off. And basically, I wrote the lyrics like in the late 80s, early 90s. Can't remember exactly when. And I wrote it as a poem. And basically, I seen the documentary on TV at the time. And they talked about this procedure called Self Trepanation. And basically, in the olden days, like, it was real popular, like in insane asylums, basically where you would kind of like a lobotomy. You'd screw or plug a hole, drill a hole in your head to release like the spirits and stuff. And that was the premise of it. So the documentary was pretty interesting. It got me thinking, like, who the hell would do that? You know, and like, why would you do that? Especially because it's self-trepanation. You're doing it to yourself. It's not like a medical procedure where you go into doctor's office to have it done. And so that's basically, I thought about it, and then I wrote the poem based on that. Like, if I was going to do it, how would it feel? That was kind of my mindset of it. And then when this song came about, when you sent me the music, I had kind of forgot about it, and then it brought up the memory of it for some reason. And then when I was going over the lyrics with the music, it just kind of seemed like it would fit for it. But then when I sent it to you, I had originally had a chorus that was for one of the stanzas from the poem, the original poem. And then you actually made it better because you kind of modernized it and fit the song better.
Yeah, I mean, usually like choruses should be like that hooky part, that catchy part that gets stuck in your head. And the whole thing with your lyrics is you tell the story, you explain it, so the chorus just needs to be just something that gets stuck in your head.
Yeah,
so,
repetitive.
Yeah, basically dumbed it down.
yeah. But I mean, it worked. I liked it.
Yeah, so I liked how it came out. Everything was good, and and then at least you got to use something that you've had there for a while. So
yeah, I got that out of my head, released it.
Self Trepanation.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the story behind the lyrics on that. And then let's get into some new gear. I just ordered this week, and it's coming this coming week. So just in time for the 4th of July holiday, I ordered the new Mac Mini, the M1 Mac Mini. So I maxed that out with the max gigabytes and 1 terabyte hard drive SSD. And so all the reviews I've been seeing on it, it's supposed to handle the Logic Pro real good. And these guys are like, the reviews that I've watched on YouTube, these guys are like producers where they're doing like symphony, like 144 tracks. And I'm not even going to get nowhere near that, with my recordings, and then basically like what I'm sending to you, it's going to be, you know, smaller, basically 2, 3, 4 tracks.
Oh yeah.
So this thing should handle it pretty good. Because the old iMac that you know, because I've been bitching about it. The old iMac that I had, it was from like 2013, and I mean it was good at the time. It's just slow as ass now, and it's got a old regular hard drive on it, a disk hard drive. So it loads slow. Everything's just slow.
Yeah, everything's gotten bigger and bigger. All the files have more more memory to them. Like went from megs to gigs, and now we're in terabyte drives. When I bought my first, I think it was a G4 Apple Tower, that was like 2001, and that thing came with a 40 gig hard drive.
Yeah.
Now that's ridiculous. You could not do music with 40 gigs. I mean, you basically, I could do like 5 songs, and then I filled the damn thing up. But yeah, everything's getting bigger, and especially like audio. Audio's a big file, and then we haven't started doing the videos yet. Once we start converting over and doing video, these old machines just can't do that. They can't handle that stuff.
Well, and that's another reason too. This M1 is supposed to handle video pretty good too.
Yeah,
it's all locked into if you're in the Apple ecosystem and stuff. So yeah, well, I'm going to be testing it out, and of course, the only thing I'm worried about is the few plugins that I use on it. But I'm thinking because it's been out for almost 8 months now, so that shouldn't be an issue because I don't use a ton of plugins.
Yeah,
so it should be good.
Well, I mean, plugins. Well, which ones do you use?
I just bought that Helix. Remember?
Oh, that'll work. That'll work.
Oh, that'll work. So and then that's good. And then my Easy Drummer.
That'll work too. Yeah.
So that's the ones I'm using now. I mean, I might add some now that I got more power, but for now, that's the ones that I've been using. Yeah,
I have those. I use those in. Those will work.
Because like I got basic ones that come with the Logic, like compressors and reverb and stuff. So if I'm going to do something like that right now, I'm just going to use the Logic ones anyway. So I know those would work.
Which it's all comparable. I mean, I went crazy there for a little while with plugins, and now it's like, I don't need it. I got a ton of them, and thing is, I don't really use them. You know, you get comfortable with a compressor, an EQ. I mean, I mix around the compressors sometimes because they have different, like they'll color the song or the track a little differently, but it's just an EQ compressor, maybe effects once in a while, but I don't really use all that stuff. I use it, a little bit, but I got them. So.
Oh, that's good. And then I really want to mess around with the Helix, but with this old computer that I had, it's like it would cut out, run out of memory. So it's just like, it was just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So now it should be my system should be a lot smoother. And at first, I'll probably just use the iMovie.
Yeah.
Make or convert our podcast over to some video so we can put them up on YouTube. But eventually, I'd probably like to get that Final Cut Pro for it.
Yeah, Final Cut Pro is good. I had that with my old Mac. I never bought it for this newer one, but and Logic's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I figure one of us should have that. So when we start the videos and stuff.
But even starting now with iMovie, like I did my video that's up on YouTube, The Horde. It's on YouTube, all that stuff. That video I did on with iMovie, very basic.
Yeah, that one came out good too.
Yeah, I got positive feedback on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get crazy with this stuff, but you and I, let's face it, we're not movie editors, so
yeah,
we're very, very green at this stuff. So video editing, it's like, I don't really want to take on a new project. It's like I'm still down the rabbit hole of mixing and recording. And
well, I wanted to take some of that load off you too, because you're doing that.
Yeah.
You're doing the bulk of that. So it'd be easier if I'm doing some of the video. That's less shit that you have to worry about.
Well, that's cool. Then I can also contract you to do my side stuff.
Yeah, once I get better using it, yeah.
Edit this for me.
But I just cheat like everybody else now. The modern way is just look up videos on YouTube on how to do shit.
Exactly. You don't have to. You just what is my problem? Look up
Yeah.
your problem, and somebody has it right there. There's a video how you fix it.
Yeah.
And it's so specific. You type in your actual issue, and there's how you do it. And you're done. You fixed it. Yeah, I got some new gear coming too.
What'd you get?
I bought another 7-string. I got a Schecter Hellraiser hybrid PT7. So I'm getting into the 7-string world. I like that. It's a low B. But I tune it down. I tune down a whole step, so I'm tuned to D, and so that makes the low an A, and then I drop that to G. So yeah, it's really thick and heavy, and look forward to playing it because I got another 7-string, but that one the pot's messed up, so it cuts out on me sometimes. So I have to get another one, and especially if I'm going to be playing probably soon, and then I need a backup. If you got to always have a backup, and
yeah.
Did
you still got that ESP that you just got?
No, I didn't actually get the ESP.
Oh, I thought that's the one you got.
I was gonna get it. And like we were talking about before, you go to buy gear.
Yeah.
Nothing's in stock. You can't find anything you want. I like to go to Sweetwater, and hey, we're not getting paid by them. This ain't a plug.
Yeah.
But I go to them. I bought a lot of gear through them. They know me. I got a rep that I talk to. And nothing I want to buy is in stock. So it's like, I tried to get that 7-string. I was looking at an ESP 7-string, and the EC 1007 looks like a Les Paul, and it was in stock. So I went over, I think it was Musician's Friend. It said they had one in stock, and then they had one slightly damaged one or scratch. So that was discounted. I said, well, I'll buy the brand new one. Yeah. And then after I put in my order, I bought it, and then I bought a flight case for the guitar. So I was like, okay, they can put the guitar in the flight case, and then ship it that way. It'll be sent. It'll be protected. No, I get this email. Well, we don't actually have it in stock. Back order that. I was like, well, then cancel it. Yeah. And they're like, well, we do have this one here it's just got a slight scratch. And they send me a picture, the headstock, the very top of it's like big old chunk taken out of the side. And I'm like, whoa, you better mark that way down.
Yeah.
Who knows what other damage that thing might have. So yeah, I ended up get that ESP. So I kept looking. I want another 7-string, and who knows when these things are going to be in stock. Everybody says order because we'll have them soon.
Yeah.
You can pre-order my ass. This has been going on for like 8 months now. And I think it's just going to get worse with the supply chain. So, yeah, I found this Schecter over at American Music Supply. And that's how it's got to be now. You kind of got to shop around to find what you want because nothing's in stock. Everybody's running out of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that with that strike pad that I wanted to buy.
Yeah.
That multi-pad for drumming. You could put sound effects and whatever. You could do all kinds of stuff. Put samples and stuff on it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Then you can throw in like fart noises when we.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. One of the uses I could use it for sound effects on our podcast.
Yeah,
it'd be good for it. But yeah, they've been out of it for like a year now. So they get some in stock, but they only get like a handful. So right away they're gone.
Yeah, and then the other thing didn't help that is a lot of people were staying home, not working, looking for things to do. Yeah. So they're buying all these products to just entertain themselves and keep, just be able to occupy their time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it is what it is. And I found another guitar. And then I was looking, they had a clock, and it's like yesterday, it said order by this time and you'll have it Saturday.
Uh-huh.
So I'm tracking it. It doesn't leave Nevada till like 2 a.m. And then this morning around 11, it said it's going to Sacramento. I'm like, why is it going to Sacramento? Shouldn't they ship it to Oakland? But it's like, I'm supposed to get this Saturday. Yeah, I'm not going to get it today. So
yeah,
window. And the thing is, I normally have stuff sent to my job because I'm there. Now it's going to show up Monday and nobody's here. But what am I going to do?
Oh, so it is going to your house?
Yeah, because it said if I order it by this time, you'll have it Saturday. Yeah. What happened? All I know is I'm going to complain. I want a discount. What would I get? If there's any shipping on that, you better discount me. You said I'd have it. You lied.
That's what happened to some of my gear when I ordered.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, if I know I'm going to be working and they said a certain day and I know I'm working, I'll have it shipped to work.
Yeah.
And then the way this stupid shipping is now, sometimes it doesn't come the day they say.
Yeah.
So then it's like, oh, now I'm home and you're shipping it and I can't use it yet.
Yeah. Or they're going to try bringing it to like our place is closed on the weekend. So if I did do that, just thinking, oh, well, then that way I'll get it on Monday. Then they're going to go on Saturday and say it's not there. And then it's like, call, you'll have to come down and pick it up. So whatever. Sometimes you can't win.
I was just looking up my shipment for my Mac Mini. They originally shipped it straight from China. And it just left this afternoon. It arrived in Anchorage, Alaska. So it's on its way. It's in the States now.
Well, at least you're getting that, because that's what I keep hearing about, this chip shortage. Like they're saying, like new cars are not selling right now because they can't get the chips to do the cars. So
what was stupid is I was gonna order it and then pick it up at the store. So I like doing that because then I can go whenever I'm off work. If I work late, I can go after work.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the option for this. It had to be delivered to like an address. So luckily, I got the window that it said that they was going to deliver, and I said, okay, well then ship it to work. And so far, it's still on track to get there this week during the week while I'm at work.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the last thing I bought from Apple was my Apple Watch, and that I just went and picked it up. So I don't know why I couldn't do that this time, but I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, something's going on. And then now that everything's opening up, you would think that now you would be able to do that. Because I don't know if they said you couldn't do it because of like the COVID still.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's still going to be probably a little time to catch back up, because like for us out here, we just barely, like a week and a half ago, finally dropped the masks. So, everybody, you had to go into stores, you had to wear masks, everywhere.
Yeah.
Now it's just some places, some stores will have that. If they have the sign, you have to wear them. But for the most part, people are taking the masks off.
Yeah, that's the way it is over here now.
Yeah.
But what's stupid at work is they had you take the mask off. They used to have in the break room only one person at a table.
Yeah.
There's only like four tables in our break room. So it was a pain in the ass.
Well, they were talking about out here, like, okay, if you went in a store, you didn't have to have a mask, but the workers had to have masks. Yeah. But then if you worked at that store and you got off work and you went shopping, you could take your mask off and then walk around the store without a mask. So it's just, there's a lot of this nutty back and forth. Nobody really knows what to do or what, how to handle this. I know it's all new for everybody. So everybody's just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But in the same time, it just leaves your head spinning. Like, you know what? I'm going to put the damn thing on. What the heck? I don't get questioned. I don't, whatever.
Yeah. When they started it, over here, there was some stores where you still had to wear it. So I would just take the mask in my pocket just in case, that way I wouldn't have to walk back to the truck. But
I still bring it with me. Yeah. I get out of my truck. I put it in my pocket because I don't know. So we'll see.
And now, here they got rid of it, but they said if the store personal, like the certain store, if they have that as their policy, then you got to just follow it. So I still run into a store here or there that you have to walk in with the mask. So anyway, that's our bitch, right?
Yeah, we're griping about our gear. We didn't get our toys, damn it.
Yeah. So actually, it's kind of good, though, because I probably would have ordered more shit.
Yeah.
Knowing that I can't order or it's not in stock, it kind of helps me reserve.
Makes you think, do you really want it?
Yeah.
Or you just buy it to buy it?
Yeah. Because you always have, once you order it, like from like online or whatever, you always have that moment afterwards, like, did I really need that?
You get that guilt going through your head. It's like, what did I do?
It's like, just suck it up and take it.
You did it. Just live with it.
Yeah. So, well, all right. Well, you got anything else that you ordered or
No,
you're
not
thinking
for
about?
I think let's start focusing towards our big holiday next weekend, and we're going to talk about some stories, right?
Yeah. Well, we figured it would be kind of cool to go over some old stories since we got the holiday weekend coming up. So, you want to start in?
Well, let's see. 4th of July stories. The one that just comes to mind. Since we live out here in California, well, Joe was living out here in California. I think, was it 99 when you left or 98?
Yeah, 99. I got married and moved out.
Yeah.
So,
but for all that time, we were both born here in California and lived here. And the beach is not too far from us. It's maybe 50, 60 miles, maybe 70.
Yeah. Well, we were right there by the bay. But
we're right by the bay, and then you got to cross the bay, and then you get to the coast. But like Santa Cruz is a place where a lot of times you go camping or you go down there. There's a place called Bonnie Dunes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could go camp out there and stuff, and it was like a popular thing to do. Well, we went. My buddy, he ran this route working for a vending machine company. I think you were still working for that company at the time too, right, Joe?
Yeah.
After you were out of there.
I was out of there when Danny came on because he got Danny in. John got Danny in.
So maybe it's around the same time. But okay, so on our friend's route, he got a hookup for illegal fireworks, which most of them are illegal out here nowadays, except for I live in a county where safe and sane fireworks are still allowed, but very few. Most of the places out here won't allow it because for the people that know California, it's very dry. And, well, you've all heard about the fires we have out here.
Yeah,
it's just the grass dies in the summer because we get no rain. So my buddy got some bottle rockets and, some illegal fireworks. And we were like, yeah, let's go to the beach, this party, and we'll shoot them off into the ocean.
Yeah.
And, so we're doing that, lighting them off little by little. Well, we had brought like a case, I think, of Duraflame logs. And I don't know who put the bag of fireworks in the box of Duraflames. One, that was just, I don't know who was thinking that. Who they weren't thinking, obviously. So Joe's sitting there, and like I had mentioned on past podcasts, there was a lot of alcohol involved.
Yeah.
We were drinking.
This one, you were kind of telling me about it again, and I still don't really remember this. So, yeah, I was drinking a lot, apparently.
Oh, yeah. This is it. Back in your hard liquor days.
Yeah, this is my blackout years.
A lot of blackouts, and I had them too. Yeah, and we were in our 20s, so hey, we're invincible, dumb, drinking a lot. So Joe's drunk as hell, pissed drunk, sitting there right by the fire, just looking at the fire. He goes, reaches in, grabs what he thinks is another log, and it's a bag of fireworks, and just throws them in. And he's like a foot, 2 feet away from or maybe a couple feet, because probably the heat burned. But yeah, he's right there by the fire, just sitting there in the sand. And all of us go, dude, what are you doing? And the second he drops that thing in the fire, we're like, that's a fireworks. We all just take off running. And he sits there laughing, grabs his freaking drink and just starts chugging it and laughing. And those freaking bottle rockets are flying all over the place, left, right, and we're just ducking. They're zooming by your head. He's sitting there drinking and laughing, and not one of them hits him. Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell? One landed on my buddy's sleeping bag. It burned a little hole in it. He got all butthurt and pissed. The rest of us were laughing because it was just one of those funny things. Yeah, it was stupid, but you lived through it, and you just laughed. It was fun.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of stuff you just do at the beach. You're like, oh, let's go a lot of fireworks.
Well, and that beach, Bonnie Doon, it was a nudist beach during the day.
In the day. Yeah. We've always heard that, but I've never been there in the day.
Yeah, because the first time I went there with some of my friends, we went to camp, party and all that, because it was like a party beach at night. And yeah, so we hung out in camp. In fact, one of my friends that was with us, he kind of got stupid like that, and he started throwing whole beer bottles in the fire. and they were just exploding. They were kind of sound like those Piccolo Pete's because they start whistling and then boom, they just explode. And then the other guys would start yelling at him, but he was already drunk, so he just kept doing it. And it kind of backfired though, because one of them exploded. It got like a shard from the firewood, landed on his sleeping bag and burned a big old hole.
That was karma.
Yeah.
Instant karma.
So, but yeah, and then I remember, so then we all passed out that night and we woke up in the morning because, of course, the sun comes up and I was just on the beach, passed out. I woke up and I look around and there's all these new people fucking walking around. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I always remember hearing that too. That was like the big thing. Dude, Bonnie Dudes is supposed to be a nude beach.
Yeah.
I never saw it though. I guess you saw it, but
yeah, well, it was nothing to look at really.
Of course, usually, dude, it's like a bunch of sloppy old people.
Yeah. And then I was hungover, and the sun's hitting you. So yeah, it wasn't a good experience.
Well, that reminds me, you were saying he's throwing stuff in the fire and things are exploding. That reminds me of another 4th of July. The same friend that I talked about that got those fireworks. This is, I think, maybe the next year or a year later after that. I don't know. Around the same time, we go out to the beach again. Let's go light fireworks, go out to the beach. This time he got some better rockets, supposedly. So we're shooting a few of them off. He didn't get a ton of them. And there was a couple other campfires by us. They're probably maybe like 30 yards away was one. The other one was like 40 up. We're definitely the camp that was closer to the water. So these other guys were a little bit farther up by the highway. So we're all partying there. And well, there was one group first. And when that third group came in, it was a big group, probably like 20 people. They come in, they're all drinking. Everybody's just partying. It's 4th of July. They come in with cases of Aqua, not only fireworks, they had great fireworks. Their fireworks were out shooting my buddies, going up way farther, way brighter. We're like, yeah, you got sold the crappy ones, dude. So they have these cases, boxes of stuff. I'm like, what the hell is that? They start throwing cans of Aquanet in their fire just to see the explosions. That was part of their festivities. Oh, well, shit. Yeah, we're like, well, these dudes, that's nuts. Well, we have this one crazy friend. His name's Todd. And anybody that knows Todd knows Todd can get crazy. Well, we're using our ball rocks, and then all of a sudden, Todd decides to fire one of our last bottle rockets at the big camp with the Aquanet. Fires it at them, and we're like, what are you doing, Todd? And he starts laughing. And then they get their fireworks, and we're thinking they're going to start shooting at us. And we maybe have a couple. It's not like we want to fight, but they started a firework fight.
Yeah.
They shoot it at the other camp. They thought it was them. They didn't even shoot it at us. So they start bombarding the other camp. The other camp has some, so they start shooting at them. And then Todd goes, I'm going to go over there and get us more. What? You started this whole thing. So he goes over to that big camp. And he says, we'll be on your side. We'll attack them from down there if you can give us, because we're running out of fireworks. So they gave him a bunch of rockets. So we're shooting. The poor one camp that didn't even have nothing to do with this.
They got him
getting shot at by them and us. And then we're taking fire. Like a couple of us, most of us don't have nothing to shoot. So we just run towards the water and just get low in the dark. And you can't just stay down. And then Todd decides to start firing on the guys that gave us the rockets. I'm like, what are you doing? They have all the firepower. Yeah. So he shoots at them. Next thing you know, it's no holds barred. Everybody's shooting at everybody, and they're flying all over the beach.
Oh, shit.
Then so we're out. We're out of bottle rockets. We're like, dude, we have nothing now, dude. And everybody's shooting at us. Todd, being the crazy guy that he is, runs over to that camp with all the fireworks, grabs a whole case of Aquanet, and just throws it in the fire. And they all start going, no. As soon as he picks up that box, like, no. What are you doing? What are you doing? Throws the whole box in there and takes off running and laughing. We just start busted up. Every one of them just like took off running. They all just scattered. Yeah. We had a couple crazy 4th of July. I know there's more of them. I just, you get old, wherever he goes. You only see the good ones.
Well, like I said, when you told me that story, I was like, I don't remember that shit. But like I said, I know I drank a lot during that time. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, that was it. That was on par with shit you would do, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, you'd get drunk in mosh pits and sit down in the middle of them.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
everybody would freak out.
And it's like, yep, there goes Joe. That's what Joe does.
I'd get in the middle and sit Indian style. Everybody would be going around me, moshing.
Yeah, we were nuts back then. Yeah, because Joe would do that, and then I would like screw it, turn around and go the wrong way in the pit, and try to do a full 360, and that is hard. You get winded, and not alone taking hit after hit after hit.
Yeah, you're going against the current.
Yeah, going against the current, and every step you got to work for it to get back around. I just took it like old football drills, but you know, whatever. We're drunk and like I said, 20 in our 20s.
Well, remember when I got in that habit for a while? I get drunk and I start banging my head.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I never got like a concussion from that shit.
Yeah, you're lucky that you did. That shit too, they say, because you hear about all the football stuff and the injuries, it can mess you up as far as like it causes anger issues, it causes like mental problems. Not necessarily that it can make you dumb. I mean, it can, but it can cause other things like where your emotions get out of control, trigger or whatever. Yeah, you're lucky that nothing ever came of that. You're like, you banging your head against, you freaking idiot. What the fuck?
I remember we were at Raider games and those columns, those cement columns, I'd be banging my head on that shit.
Yeah, a piece of wood, okay, but cement, you're not gonna win. Not gonna win.
Yeah.
Flawless victory, cement wins.
Anyway. Well, talking about the old times. You want to get into the turn it up segment?
Yeah, turn it up.
You got a good one this week.
Yeah, I thought about this one, like I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, that after we got off, and I'm like, oh yeah, why did I say like, okay, my band was Quiet Riot. Now, their first album came out when I was 9, so in my defense, I was a little kid. And for these turn it up segments, we are going to get into the 90s because we're Gen X, but Joe's 6 years older than me, so he really was. Your teenage years and all that was really in the 80s.
In the 80s.
And mine was to the late 80s into the 90s.
Into the 90s.
In my 20s. So yeah, I loved Quiet Riot when I was a little kid, and Mental Health. When I first saw that video, I loved it. It was heavy. Like you got me into rock. Like I didn't really think I liked music when I was a little kid. And then when you exposed me to like Led Zeppelin, Van Halen, I'd go over because we didn't grow up. Joe went to live with our father. Our parents split when we were little, and I stayed with our mom. And so I'd go spend summertime with Joe, and he'd be playing all this rock, and I'm like, "Ooh, I like this. What is this stuff?" And because my mom listened to disco, and I'm like, I don't think I like music.
Yeah, well, Dad was the same way because they were kind of old school. They listened to oldies.
Yeah, they listen to oldies, and then Mom would listen to disco.
Yeah, disco was hot, or it was declining by then.
So yeah, I started getting into rock, and then I was always heavy metal at heart. I just didn't really know it. So I was at a real young age started to go on this quest for heavier and heavier and heavier music. So once I found Quiet Riot and Mental Health, I was like, yeah, I like this. Yeah, the dude's crazy. He's got a straight jacket on. This is, bang your head. And Joe took it literally. But and then they were the first metal band to score #1 album on the Billboard charts. They beat out Michael Jackson's Thriller. Yeah. They knocked them out of #1. And they broke down the door for like all of these 80s bands.
Yeah, that's when the hair bands broke out.
That's when it blew up because all those bands couldn't get a deal. Nobody wanted them. They were passing on them.
Yeah.
Once Quiet Riot, Quiet Riot broke big, especially that Us Festival show. That just tore them up, and then everybody knew about them. I mean, they had been around since the 70s. Randy Rhoads came from them.
Yeah, he was originally in with them.
Yeah, he originally started the band, him and another guy. And so then he left to join Ozzy's band, Ozzy Osbourne's band.
Yeah.
And then they kept going. They replaced him with Carlos Cavasso, Rudy Sarzo on bass, and
Rudy went with Randy with Ozzy at first. Yeah. So he had left too when Randy left. Then he came back. And what was funny is the original bass player they had was Chuck Wright.
Yeah,
and he kept coming back, but he would always come back at the wrong time.
He recorded on that album.
Yeah, he recorded Mental Health and Come On Feel the Noise. Those are the two tracks that he recorded on. Yeah. But he never really, there was a little liner note on the album. Yeah. But the pictures of the four band members, it was Rudy Sarzo. So nobody read that the fine print. And, and then when he came back, another time he came back towards the end, because I was watching that Quiet Riot documentary. I know you've seen it.
Yeah, now we're here and there's no way out.
He came back when Kevin DeBro died. So he was he came back into Quiet Riot, but they were, that was when they were in their Spinal Tap free fall.
There's one scene in there where this fan, they're doing the meet and greets, and the fan's getting autographs, and he's like, "You want me to sign that?" No, only the guys that are on it I want to sign. He's like, "I'm on it." He's like, "No, you're not." He's like, "No, I'm on it. I recorded that album." You look in the liner notes, it says right there, Chuck Wright, and then. But I guess the kid got the remastered version.
Yeah, he got a remastered, so he wasn't on that one.
It didn't have that listed on there. And he's like, "Yeah, no, you're not on it." Yeah. He's like, whatever. Total Spinal Tap mode. It's like,
yeah. If you guys get a chance, look up that documentary. It's
it's Now You're Here and There's No Way Back.
Yeah, well, Now You're Here and There's No Way Back. It's Quiet Riot.
Yeah.
And that's taken from the line from Mental Health.
Yeah. And of course, Come On, Feel the Noise. That was a huge hit for them. I love that album when I was a kid. I mean,
everybody did. And then it was on MTV. That was the heyday of MTV.
Oh, they were playing the crap out of that video.
That's what really helped make it real big.
Yeah.
And it was on the radio, though, too. So it was radio and then with the video being played all the time.
Yeah. And then it's it's just the imagery and everything. It was all new. So, but yeah, I think they're a band that definitely just gets forgot about because, especially now when you got younger people who were you talking about?
But that documentary is total Quiet Spinal Tap. And
if you haven't seen the movie Spinal Tap, recommend.
Yeah, go see Spinal Tap and then watch this one.
Pretty much every musician that's been around through the 80s, 90s, and even 2000s has seen Spinal Tap, and we quote it, and it happens. Yeah. I've had my own Spinal Tap moments. One, a lot of different drummers that have played in my band. Backstage at the Great American Music Hall in San Francisco. First time we're playing there. When you're downstairs, there's 3 staircases. One staircase goes to the left side of the stage. The other staircase goes to the right side through the kitchen. And then there's another staircase that goes out the back door against this emergency exit. So I go, we're ready to go up. This is our first time playing back there. We're like, yeah, this is a big stage. It's a big show. Yeah. We're coming out of the dressing room and I'm like, okay, which way is it again? Well, let's go this way. And they don't know. Nobody knows. I got my guitar in hand. We're just going. They're following me. And I go, okay, here's some stairs. I go walking up to it and there's a door there. I'm like, okay, this ain't right. This ain't. And they're like, what are you doing? Let's go. And I'm like, and it's totally like the scene where they get lost.
Yeah.
They're like, where the hell are
we?
All
right, turn around.
Okay, let's go back this way. Totally had the same moment back there. I'm like, what an idiot. We just had the Spinal Tap moment. Wow. We got lost. And it's a good movie. A lot of funny things. And they're funny because I think they're true. A lot of these come from stories that have happened to bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in that my moment that I liked is when, well, it was kind of a sad moment, and because when he went to the gravesite of Kevin DeBro, he was like basically yelling at him for dying and leaving him alone.
Yeah.
This was Frankie Banali, the drummer, because him and Kevin pretty much kept the band going throughout all these years.
Yeah, they were the heart of the band after that album came out, and and well, rest in peace, Frankie. He died last year. Of cancer, and he was mad at him. The thing was, like, that's the whole thing you get out of this documentary. He was mad at him the whole time because he left him here, and they were supposed to do this together. It was their pact. Yeah. And Kevin DeBro died of a cocaine overdose, and I think it was 52.
Yeah, he was 52. What was funny about it was he didn't have it was because of his age. That's what his brother, because in the interview, his brother.
And the doctor had said, he's like, look, he goes, cocaine, you shouldn't do it. It's a drug. It's bad for you. But the dose that he had, if he just did cocaine, he would have probably been fine.
Yeah, wasn't enough to kill him.
Alcohol, you're probably fine. But it was a combination of the drugs he had in his system
and his
age. And you just don't do it because it's a time bomb.
Cocaine, like Rick James said, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. And it's kind of sad, but because the thing is, it's like you have your moments in life that you remember back to, and they're great and all that, but you want to hold on to them, and it just, you can't. Times change, and you just got to go make new memories and new things you do. Kind of like our stories of the 4th of July. Those days are over.
Yeah, but we're not trying to go light some bottle rockets. I don't know. Maybe you might next weekend. But
I don't have any friends that have that stuff anymore. And it's like, I can legally light some Safe and Sane ones here in my court, but no. But I mean, as a musician too, it's like once that's in your blood, it just, people might make fun of like these old guys still playing, like we're old guys still playing, but you're gonna just do it because you love it. It's not about trying to get anything really out of it. There's no drug like it. We've done some drugs, right, Joe? The best drug is getting on stage and people are singing your lyrics back and the crowd just going crazy. There's nothing like that. I think you chase that high as a musician more than anything. You try to chase that and get it back. I just want that one more time. And it's sometimes it's sad. Sometimes it's like, hey, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, just gotta move forward.
And at least now with this new medium, you got podcasts, you got the internet. You could have an outlet, for this stuff.
Yeah. So I like talking about the old stuff.
Yeah.
All the memories and stuff. We got some good stories. We'll share more.
We got some crazy ones.
We're not done yet.
Yeah. There's got near-death experiences. We got crazy parties. Lots of crazy stories.
Well, I was always thinking we should write a book, but then it's like now you got podcasts, so this is almost better.
Book. Maybe after, if this goes anywhere and people start buying into it, maybe we do that. Like crazy stories like Todd. Yeah, first time I drove a car was at age 10. Todd. We didn't steal a car. It was illegal that we were driving, but his dad let us drive the car.
Yeah, he was a character too.
But it's funny because I guess I've heard this term a few years back because we're Gen X kids, and basically we're latchkey kids. And I remember hearing that. I'm like, what the hell is a latchkey kid? Well, it was a kid that you were raised in a single parent home usually, or a home where both parents were working. So there really was no parental guidance. So at a very young age, you had a key to the house. And I had a key to the house at 6. So I remember being on the streets of Oakland at 4, yelling, cross me. I knew enough not to cross the street at 4, But I was out on the street on a main street at 4.
Yeah, when we lived on a busy street. It wasn't like a suburb and shit.
No, in Oakland where we lived, yeah, it was busy.
Yeah.
But I knew if I crossed that street, this was back in the day when you got your ass whooped. So I wasn't going to do it because I was going to get my ass whooped. I just stand out there and yell. And then all the families in the neighborhood were probably like, man, those Mexican ladies got to cross that little kid.
Yeah. Or when mom would chase us out of the house with the broom.
Yeah, with the broom.
We just run away. We take off for the rest of that was the thing. We would have come back till
because you were bigger.
Yeah, we would have come back. I remember I would have come back till it was like dark.
Yeah, I didn't have the patience for that. And I wouldn't have fired at that point. You were 10, I was 4. So
well, no, but when I was in kindergarten, I had to walk up that hill to school. Remember, that was a good like mile and a half.
Dude, I remember walking up that hill for kindergarten.
Yeah.
I'd get in the caravan of kids and we just walked up. It's like, dude, you just let your little 5-year-old walk up that damn hill every morning?
Yeah. That was crazy when you think. You think a lot of the stuff we did back then, like riding in the back of the pickup.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was legal back then.
On the freeway. A bunch of us and our cousins would be in the back seat.
Hanging out the back of the truck. And yeah.
There's all kinds of shit nowadays that like our parents would have been put in jail.
Oh, yeah. Like, dude, I wouldn't even think. I mean, my wife and I, we don't have any kids, but there's no way in hell I would let my little 5 or 6-year-old come home by themselves with a key. No. Let alone have my little 4-year-old on a busy street. Like, lucky, I guess, that I had enough intelligence at 4 to know that I'm not crossing that. I'm not doing it.
Well, you didn't want to get whipped.
No, I didn't want to get whipped. But what's messed up is I'd be across the street playing with my friends, and their mom would be like, okay, it's time for dinner. Your friend got to go home. And then it's like, okay. You could have just crossed me, lady. You could have crossed me back across the street. I'm 4. Or even 5. You couldn't cross me, lady? Jeez. So, no, I'm going to stand out here and annoy the neighborhood and yell cross me for hours.
Well, and then at that time, our mom worked graveyard. So yeah, she was always asleep most of the time.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons she would chase us out of the house.
Yeah, because we're making too much noise.
We're making too much noise, yeah.
Get the fuck up!
Yeah. Crazy days.
Yeah, the good old times.
Yeah, now.
No wonder we were getting all drunk and out of control at 20.
Yeah. Okay, well, we were wild back then, though. I mean, growing up.
So. Oh, yeah. Because that just continued. Like Joe just said, our mom she worked graveyard. So then it was like, cool, all right. By the time I was like in junior high, it's like I'm alone by myself at night. By the time I got to high school, it was like my parents would be gone at 10:30. I'd go stay out all night if I want to.
Yeah. Okay, that's the same with me with Dad. I was living with Dad, and he was at that time he was an executive, so he was always gone on business trips. So I pretty much just lived by myself.
Yeah. I'm gonna punish you. You do something and then take off for a week.
Yeah. He would say you're grounded, and then you take off for a week. It's like there's nobody there to restrict me or anything.
Yeah, how am I grounded? Bye. have a nice trip.
Yeah.
I'll be down the street at my buddy's house. Whatever.
Yeah. Those crazy days.
Well, you have anything else? I think that's a pretty good.
We got into it pretty good.
Getting a little bit more just fluid, you know?
Yeah. So this is a good spot to end this episode.
All right.
Because I got to go mix it and stuff. So there's another couple hours.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed this one. One thing I wanted to add at the end here. We switched the distributor for our podcast. So it's going to probably take a week or so before everything gets back to normal. So if you're trying to find it, but for right now, I'm going to still put it up on our website as a post. So just go there and you can get it there for sure. And then once we get the video version, I'll put it up on YouTube as normal. So, and I put it on Rumble too, but Rumble's kind of weird. So
yeah, it's hard to find stuff. But then again, it's been hard to find stuff on the other platforms.
yeah,
Like,
that's
where the heck is our damn podcast?
podcast. Yeah. So just bear with us. We're still getting some of the kinks out, but this new platform should be a lot better, more streamlined.
Yeah, and follow the Instagram page.
Oh yeah, our Instagram page, Two Bros Music.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to send like some videos of me tracking stuff and playing. So get little video clips or even walk through some gear stuff.
Yeah. So and then what I've been posting on Thursdays is Throwback Thursdays. I've been trying to post some like old gear, or, throwback pics up there on Thursdays.
Dude. So, okay.
But so just take a look at that too. But mainly you want to get all of it, just go to our website, twobrosmusic.com. And that's with the number 2. So number 2brosmusic.com.
Yep.
So there you go.
All right, Joe. I guess I'll talk to you soon, and take care, everybody. Have a safe 4th and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, be safe and sane out there, people. All right.
Bye.
See you next time. Bye-bye.